Happy Friday. Got my coffee. It's almost done. And got some water. Let's talk about Edith Nesbit today. Before we do anything, I just want to make sure that stream is working. So I'm gonna go to my YouTube and see, make sure that we are live here. Just a minute, please. Please stand by. Please stand by. Okay, hold on a second. Just a momento, please. Let's go here real quick. And I can see. Just a minute. Where are we? Where are we? Are we live? Yes, we are. Let's see. Can we hear me? Can I hear me? Can you hear me? Yes. All right. Are we live? Yes, we are. Let's see. All right. Excellent. Hope you're doing great today. Let's get out of this and go into our Edith Nesbit quotes. So, Edith Nesbit, interesting lady, and apparently did not know this, and it's interesting how much crossover there is, how these authors, most of them aren't, primarily known for goth writing. They're known for different things, and Edith is no different. Edith was known for children's books. In fact, hold on, I want to show you. Okay. She's considered the inventor of children's adventure story. Of the children's adventure story. Like Pippi Longstockings, Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe, stuff like that. Her brilliant children's books influenced best-selling authors including C.S. Lewis, P.L. Travers, J.K. Rowling, and Jacqueline Wilson, to name but a few. But who was the person behind the best-loved classics, The Railway Children and Five Children and It? I mean, I would love to read her books. I think I'm going to seek out audio, because I think that first of all, I think that there's a website, I think it's called Gutenberg, and it's in some of my links of Inktober. And it is a place where you can read all of her books, or there's a lot of books in the public domain, and some of them are the authors that were doing this Inktober, but there is a website that I found that has some audiobooks of some of these authors. So I will look for that and see if I can find it and put it in the description, because I really want to listen to some of these books, because she's had quite an interesting life and has a great imagination, apparently. So I'm tempted to read the stories or listen to the stories. Her once happy childhood was eclipsed by the chronic illness and early death of her sister. In adulthood, she found herself at the center of a love triangle between her husband and her close friend. She raised their children as their own. Right? Drama. Yet despite these troubling circumstances, Nesbit was playful, contradictory, and creative. She hosted legendary parties at her idiosyncratic Well Hall home and was described by George Bernard Shaw, one of several lovers, as audaciously unconventional. She was also an outspoken Marxist and founding member of the Fabian Society. Through Nesbit's letters and deep archival research, Eleanor Fitzsimmons reveals her as a prolific activist and writer on socialism. Nesbit railed against inequality, social injustice, and state-sponsored oppression, and I lost my place. social injustice and state-sponsored oppression and incorporated her avant-garde ideas into her writing, influencing a generation of children, an aspect of her legacy examined here for the first time. I think this website is Books, Duckworth. Yeah, this is, I think it's The Life and Loves of E. Nesbit. Okay. So there's another, I have a Google-ish one. Wait, I asked Google. What are some interesting facts about Edith Nesbit? Nesbit began writing fiction for children in the early 1890s, and she eventually produced more than 60 books for juveniles, as well as some less successful novels and collections of poetry for adults. Her children's books are marked by vivid characterizations, ingenious plots, and an easy, humorous narrative style. So, The Railway Children was her big one. I don't actually even remember now what her goth novels were, but she made it onto my list, so I know that she did some. Let's see, Gothic. Let's just get Gothic writer. Gothic Christmas, The Shadow by E. Nesbit. Okay. So she did a Gothic Haunted Shadows, staging Edith Nesbit's Gothic stories. Okay, let's see. Let's look around. I actually am doing a quote of hers that, let's go to what I'm doing here today. Found another quote I liked. There is no bond like the bond of having read and liked the same books. I really like that quote. I thought that would be a good one to do today. So let's do that one. And just before I do that, I just want to... I just need to get my YouTube up here so I can see what's going on. Because... so I can see. There we go. Okay. All right. Found it. All right. I have, I just want to be able to keep an eye on, make sure that everything looks okay. All right. Let me get my little stand over here and let's go. You know, it would be really nice to be able to listen to one of her books. That would be really cool, actually. Let me see if we can do that. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just draw today, because I honestly feel like I think that's going to be too much to do for me right now, and I should have done something like that earlier, but that's okay. I'm going to do a stack of books, and then I'm going to write the quote in the stack of books, because I thought it would be a cute idea. And so let me show you real quickly. Here's my books. I have some books stacked right there. And I think I'm gonna do that. I set them up and kind of counted how many lines I would need, but I'm not really going by that, honestly, because I feel like I want to sort of, you know, be a little more free with what I'm doing. I didn't want to plan too much. I was working out, you know, how many words on what lines and all this, because the words are going to be on the spine of the books. But I want to play it by ear, you know, see how things pan out, see how things lay out on this. And I will go into this with ink, but wait a minute. What am I doing? What's happening here? I must erase. That's better. Have a little bit of a I like the visual of stacked books. So here's the quote we're doing. I'll just put it right there for you. There's no bond like the bond of having read and liked the same books. Let's see, how's this going to work? There is no bond like the bond of having read and liked the same book. See, it's a little tricky. There is Oh, and my apologies for being late today. There was something I had to attend to before I came on today, and it messed up my time. So it was just the way it was, but that's okay. And I found out it was a little bit too late for me to hop in to the posts and mention it. You know what I mean? Some days are like that, right? Some days are like that. And you're just, things get away from you a little bit. Not that things got away from me, because they didn't. It's just that I was needed in the morning for something else. Okay, so let's just do some designs on the edges of the books here. I just want to lay them out real quick, because I want to go into this confidently with my pen and not feel like I need to, come up with everything on the spot, if you know what I'm saying. Just give myself some markers here so I can go in. There is no bond. Let's do a book like this here. There is no bond. And here's something I like to do sometimes. It's nice to look at, just to get some, just to jog your brain a little bit. If you feel like you're a little, if you feel like you're, you know, putting yourself on the spot and you need to come up with something and you want to come up with something that makes sense. I mean, obviously I'm not going to use this type of text. Hold on a second. Let me see. I have a lot of books with different inventive lettering, and I want to show you this one actually. This is one of my favorites, this series by Ryan Hughes. There's 3 in this series, and my very favorite one I had, and I don't remember where it went. I don't remember where it went, but I don't have it anymore. And to buy it is a ridiculous price. But this one's fabulous. Look at some of this beautiful lettering. It's amazing. This is a compendium of different custom lettering from the 40s and 50s. And I mean, it's so beautiful. I love this book. I think I actually appreciate this book even more now. The one from the 60s and 70s was my absolute favorite. And I don't know what happened to it. Look at some of this lettering. It's beautiful. Yeah. So it's nice to have books like this that just sort of get you, you know, get you out of your head and out of like if you're feeling kind of stuck a little bit. It's nice to just pick out a book like that and look, and immediately it just gives you some juice, you know, to work with. And I really love this book. I love it. And they're out of print. I've even not talked, but I have texted with the author before to find out if I would be able to purchase the book at some point because they're out of print. And he said that he was going to hopefully, this is years ago, make them available to purchase digital copies, which I totally would do, but I don't think I've ever seen it available digitally, so sadly. But they're just, you know, very out of my price range now. The versions that are, you know, whatever's floating around out there. There is no bond like the bond of having, no. There is no bond like the bond of having read, no, of having read and liked the same books. No. There is no bond like the bond of having read. I want read to be on a big book. So, you know, it would have been nice for me to plan this out better. But that's okay. I didn't, and that's all right. I'm just flipping through my book here. Just some of this lettering is just stunning. Look at this. And it's like perfect for the edge of a book, for the binding of a book. You know, it's so nice. There is no bond. There is no bond. Before I go on with the ink, I'm just gonna do this a little bit. just to get myself, you know, like, so I like what I do. So I'm not just grabbing for straws. I don't want to do that. There is no bond like the bond. I have an idea. I don't like the flow of that. There is no. And then we'll do bond here. There's no bond like the bond. There's no bond like the bond of having read. Let's make this one book, because I don't read. A couple of other good books for this. Inspiration. Although this book is great too. But this is nice for if you're interested in adding some of those little doilies to the edges. You know, they have the printed gold and silver little metallic lines. And just the ornamental alphabets that are kind of fun to look at. These are, you know, a little more than we're looking for, but this is Bizarre and Ornamental Alphabets. I think it's a Dover book. Dover, yeah, it's a Dover book. Nice to have. And then the other one is Ornamental Scrolls, Border Scrolls and Cartouches in Historic Decorative Styles. Kind of fun. Kind of fun to have a book like this. And I am going back to this one because this one has such interesting and such of the time, you know, like styles. I love that. So neat. Okay, I'm going to use something like that in here. Liked, let me finish this quote. There is no bond like the bond of having read and liked the. I'm going to do same books. I'm just sort of making this up, obviously, but I'm just sort of doing my own thing here. Wait, like that. I'm gonna do that. Okay. Something that feels kind of old. Just sort of making it up as I go along. Liked, read and liked. The same books. Let's do the, like long and skinny the. The same books. Let's do books like a bold style. Okay, I think we can start in with the ink. Let's do it. Let's do it. Ooh, which one do I want to do? What do I want to do today? I think we're gonna go, hold on. First I want to grab my squishy eraser real quick. Let's see. Maybe get some of this off a little bit here first. Just so I'm not smudging everything everywhere. That lighting a little better, I hope. I think this might make a really cute sticker, actually. I was thinking, that's kind of like, I kind of had that thought when I came up with the concept. I thought, this is a really cute quote for people who love to read. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to bump you. I'm standing and doing this because you really have to apply pressure to get that graphite to pick it up, you know? Just gotta really push. I think this would be really cute as a sticker. Let's see how far I get with this before I commit to that. Do this. Okay, I think I need my little, I think I need this, and then maybe I'll angle so you can see a little better, because, okay, let's see how do we want to do this? I'm just gonna do, where's my test? Do I have a test page here? I don't know if I have a test page in here somewhere. Did I do a test page? Okay. This is gonna be cute. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let's grab a test page in the front. I do have one. Good. Oh, there we go. Test page. All right, excellent. I just want to test out my pens because I just want to see. This paper is still new to me. And I just want to make a good choice. I think I need to refill this pen. This one has some ink in it. Let's use this guy because this is a good one. And there's enough ink in it, so. Did this one yesterday. Let me just show you a few that I did this week so far, since Inktober. This one, you know, while we're here, right? This is Violet Hunt. This is Violet Paget. This is Margaret Oliphant. This is Catherine Crowe and will be a t-shirt because I'm making one. Sticker, art print, maybe some other things too. This is Eleanor Sleeth. This is Mary Elizabeth Braddon. London's like a forest, we shall be lost in it. And we have forest, and then we have the Tower Bridge. And then this was yesterday. Some people do not believe in ghosts, or for that matter, some people do not believe in anything. For that matter, some people do not believe in anything. Here's my favorite. That's my favorite little ghost. And then this is today's. So when I started doing these, when I came up with this idea, well, first I was looking for like quotes by, you know, our favorites, right? Our faves. Edgar Allan Poe, a little Shakespeare in there, you know, the huge. And then I was like, we gotta get some, we need some ladies in here, you know? What is this? Oh, a bunch of guys. Great. Fine. They're good, but you know, there was like a lack of the ladies. And I was like, I think this might be a good moment to highlight the ladies. And so that's sort of where the idea came from, to do women, Gothic writer women. So I decided to do it, and I started my list, started making the list of Gothic writer women, and you know, collecting the names and looking them up. You know, didn't do that much research at first. One of them was I had to remove from the list because she had some beliefs that I don't agree with and didn't want to, you know, promote, if you know what I'm saying. So I removed one person, and that's just something that you have to like, it's gonna happen. I gotta sneeze, give me 1 second. Excuse me. That's gonna happen because, you know, you're gonna run into that sometimes when you're picking names from the 18th and 19th centuries, you know what I'm saying? So that was that. And then, okay, so I picked names, and then I was doing that, and I picked all my names, you know, the first phase, right, before I had to remove anybody. And then I'm like, wow, some of these ladies, it's very difficult to find quotes. And not only that, but, you know, a lot of them, probably most of them, weren't primarily known for supernatural or Gothic, like Gothic romantic writing, you know? So, because Gothic is like, it's a spectrum. It is absolutely a spectrum. And, you know, sometimes it's more, you know, supernatural, and then, oops, and then sometimes it's more, you know, on the romantic spectrum. But Gothic is a spectrum when it comes to books and authors of the 18th and 19th century. And then more rare is like horror. like actual horror is definitely more of a rarity. It seems like supernatural is kind of more the, you know, it's more of the thing. You're going to find more of that in this time frame and genre combination, like in the combo, in the genre combo, I'll say. You're going to find more of the Gothic romantic, and that is sort of one, and then there's supernatural, and then that sort of bonds together, you know, like it overlaps, and there's a lot of supernatural, a lot of ghost stories, but very few that are just like, you're not going to see a lot of just straight horror, you know. So, you know, partly because of the gender, of the fact that they're women, it's, you know, they didn't get as much play, you know, in the zeitgeist, right? They don't get as much visibility, and like hardly, right? And then that makes it so you have to really dig to find some of these details, some writing and quotes, like actual quotes. Oh, and actually to add to how challenging it can be to find quotes is that in Gothic writing, and I didn't know this going in, but I did not know this, but Gothic writing is more, it's like less, I didn't think about this. It's less known for the actual, like for character development, for like quotes and, you know, specific things that the characters say and such than it is for the mood and, you know, that type of thing. Like building the mood and building the atmosphere, you know? That's really what it's about more than, and it's about telling the story, but the stories are very like drama, super drama. Hey, what's going on here? Oh no. Oh my gosh. Are we not on? Can you guys see me? Did my live end? Hold on a sec. Let's see. Let's see if you guys can still see me. I don't know if you can. Dang. We'll get there. We'll get there. Alright, now I just have to see if we're still on, because I think I made a mistake and I had an alarm on. And I hope you can still, I don't know if this live is still going on. I'm checking. My apologies. My apologies if we're having technical difficulties. I gotta check and see. I'm still here. Up, live. Okay. All right, we're here. Up. Okay. Thanks for sticking with me. Sorry about that. Super sorry. I hate technical difficulties. What can I say? I don't like it. Oh, you know what would be really cool with this? Gold ink. Maybe we'll do that. All right, I'm gonna just go in here. Should we start from the bottom? Yeah, we should start from the bottom. Let's do it. You know what movie I really want to see? I really want to see that movie. I think it's called Eden. I really want to see it. It's about the Galapagos Islands. I mean, it's not about the Galapagos Islands, but it's set there. It's a story that is super drama and wild. And I think Ron Howard did it. Did the story? Did the story? No, he didn't do the story. He did the movie, and it came out recently. But it's on streaming now. But I refuse to pay extra because I already pay for services, like, you know, all the streaming services, and I refuse to pay extra for a movie that, you know, I refuse to pay extra for a movie because I already pay enough with all the services, you know, all the TV things. So that is how I roll. I mean, there are some circumstances that I would pay extra, but not very many. Not very many. Although I will say I really want to see that one. I really want to see that movie, and I saw the documentary, and it like was totally captivating to me. Like, I think I saw it like 6 or 7 years ago, and it's this wild documentary, and I mean, on the strength of that alone, I definitely want to see the movie. So I'm just waiting until it's included with streaming, until it's free, quote unquote. I really want to see it. That will be a must watch for me when it comes on. I think it's called Eden. And I think the documentary is called, I forget what it's called. It's called something like Nightmare in Eden or something like that. It's about the scientist guy and his assistant, who's also his girlfriend, and they go to the Galapagos Islands, and it's just a very wild story that I find kind of fascinating. and like one of those stories that's just like too strange for fiction. Like it's actually stranger than anything. It's just the weirdest story. So okay, I think it's safe to say that I cannot see. I'm gonna have to look at YouTube on my iPad because I can't find it. I can't find my stream on my other phone. There we go. Okay, let's see here. Hold on. Oops. Oops. Breaking stuff. Breaking stuff. Breaking stuff. Okay, let's zoom you in a little bit. Let's get this going. So I'm also here every afternoon at like 12:30, and I have been doing a page a day of my upcoming Night Card and Fairy Cats coloring book. So if you're around, and it's probably going to be directly after this because what time is it now? It's 11:42. So that one's going to come up soon today. Okay, I'm going to turn my page here like this because I need to get an edge here. Okay, let's work on our book separation here. I think I'm going to have to make the word same a little bit smaller, maybe. like that angle. That's better. Hey, Bang Chance, sorry. Thanks for popping in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good today. I feel like I'm fighting a little bit with my pen today. Let's see. Let me zoom you out a little bit because I think it might be partly that I need more space to look and potentially like not giving myself enough room, you know? Let's see. And liked the same books. Oh, sorry guys. I hope that you're able to see. Hope I wasn't crowding. Sometimes it's hard for me to see if you can see. Okay, and liked the same books. Maybe cursive? A. No, let's just keep it. Let's just keep it block letters. A little easier to read, you know, when they're small. Easier to read. Excuse the turning of the page. I really do need to keep this part readable, you know? Very cute. I think I might do some sort of a design here, but I'm gonna wait until I'm a little further along here. So it's 11:52, so I think I'm probably gonna go up until, I think I'm gonna do this up until 12:30, and then at 12:30 I'll do, oh, you know what though? I gotta plug my iPad in real quick, because if I'm gonna do my stream at 12:30, I gotta make sure my iPad is nice and charged up. So just plug it in here. There we go. Should be okay. I do the art at 12:30. I do it on my iPad, so that's what we're doing. Hey, thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Thank you. Let's see. There is no bond like the bond of having read and liked the same books, by Edith Nesbit. Red. Let's do red. I think I might, because the thing about brush, it's like your angle, you know, are you pushing, are you pulling? And you know, you got to go with your natural hand positioning for the most, you know, organic looking line that you can get. And then for consistency's sake, I'm currently doing all the lines this way. And everything in the same direction at the same time. I don't always do that, but I'm doing it right now. Partly because I need to get a move on too, because I do want to make sure that I finish this before my 12:30, and I started late for today, so I did start late today here because I had some stuff going on at home that I had to attend this morning. And I also had a fabulous sleep, I have to tell you. And I got up a little bit late, but not so late. Not so late that I wouldn't make my 10 o'clock, but I had some other things I needed to do. House stuff. Okay, let's do a little flourish here. And do a little flourish here. Red and light, the same books. Okay, of having. Now we're going to do, let's do bond first, because I do want bond. It's an important word in this. Oops, sorry. It's an important word here, and I want to make sure that it's, you know, that it gets its fair due process here. So I'm going to turn you like that, a little better. Okay, bond. I'm going to do my vertical lines first. And then I'm going to go in with my horizontal. That's going to throw me off. Going to throw me off, but my brush tip is in a weird position now. Yeah, I'm fighting with it. I'm going to turn this. Sorry, we're going upside down. We're going upside down for a moment. All right. I'm not a fan of when it looks like me and my pen are arguing. Me and my brush pen had a little fight. So let's just curve things here, and it'll be fine, because it always will be fine. It's never life or death. And you don't have to like love every single aspect, you know, of what you do. It's okay. It's really okay if you don't sometimes. Because you gotta accept it, because you're not gonna all the time. That's just part of being a human. But actually, sometimes interesting things come out of it. Like, for instance, I think what I'm working on right now, it's very weird. Like, it kind of looks old, tiny, but it kind of doesn't too. It kind of looks just like, kind of looks a little bit like a hot mess. But I'm cool with that. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. One of the things, I'm going to bring my mic a little bit closer. One of the things that I think is very interesting about, and that I find endlessly fascinating about, you know, text, hand lettering from the olden days, is just, I love seeing the imperfections, and I love seeing how, you know, maybe the words aren't spaced out, you know, like they would be if you did it, you know, if you did it in a graphics program, you know. I really like those little obvious imperfection things that you see, because it just like is like a reminder that we're human, and that it's a person that did it, and that they didn't have, you know, Illustrator or, you know, a graphics program to make everything even, you know. And that's actually one of the cool things about using a brush pen too, because you see that weird little tail that you get when you turn your pen, and you get this little edge that maybe you don't want. I can speak for myself. It's there to remind you, you know, that this is done by hand, and that makes it a beautiful thing, because that sort of brings you back to the fact that these little quirky bits, like, let us celebrate the quirky bits, because these days they are all the more appreciated to have them, because there's so much that is, you know, there's so many things that are not, that are, what's the word I'm looking for? You know what I'm trying to say. That are computerized. There is no bond like the bond of having read and liked the same books. I'm really liking this. I'm so happy that, I'm so happy I took the time to, you know, pencil out my concept today. I do like to just go in sometimes. I think there's a, I have a great appreciation for doing that too, because I like, I also like to do that, but I'm very glad that I did this today. I think I'm having angle problems again though. I'm gonna turn like that. There we go. Let's see if that helps. I'm gonna move my little brick here out of the way. Right. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, I did it a little. That's all right. Okay. There. There is no is. No bond. Okay, we're back. We're back. There is no bond like the bond. Let's just add some little flourishes here. Just sort of helps me. There we go. And that, okay, there is no bond. All right, bond, our last word here. We got our last word going. D. How do we want to do this? Okay, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit here so we can have more room to work around this. I just want to get it right. I don't want to have, I don't want to fight with my pen, basically, that's what it boils down to. That's what it boils down to. I don't want to fight with my pen. Let's see here. Me and my pen must stay on good terms. Okay, this is fun and quirky. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Do you see how the letters are not in a straight line? They're sort of like, you know, boop, 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 kind of. Like that. It's working for me. Gotta turn it because I want to get this bee. Gotta get my loop. Gotta get my bee loops going here. There is no bond. I just couldn't help myself. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Let's see, let's do this way. Couldn't help it. Roblox. Hey, Roblox. Thanks for popping in. I'm still on my first, I'm still doing my first stream of the day. I'm not doing the kitty cats yet. Almost there. Almost done with this one, and then I'm gonna take 5 minutes, I think, to drink some water, and then I'm gonna do iPad, Procreate, and do kitty cats. All right, here we are. There is no bond. Let's do a flourish here, like that. like the bond of having read and liked the same books. Okay, one more flourish. A little bit here. I think I want to do, I'm going to do some swirlies here on the edges, and then I'm going to do, cool. Thank you. Thanks for coming. All right, I'm just going to do some flourishes like that. Oh, wow, I did that a little close to the E, but that's okay. Like that. I think I got a little close. That's all right. Let's do that. All right. We're due. I think we're done. All right. Yes. Done. Donezo. Okay, I'm not going to erase this now. I'm not going to erase the pencil because I don't want to smudge my ink, but this is what we got. I'm really happy with it. I hope you like it. And that's what we got. This is Edith Nesbit. We're on day 10 of Inktober, Women Gothic Authors, and finished product. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will be back at 12:30 with my iPad inking cat art for Night Garden Fairy Cats. And I will see you soon. Roblox, I hope to see you. All right. And thanks, Ben Chance, for coming by. I hope to see you in my next one in a half an hour. Okay? Or maybe even less than that. 12:15, 15 minutes. Okay, bye guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.